the rocket that lost its way. Picture yourself in the 1950s. The era of Marilyn Monroe, rock and roll, and cars that seemed to be rolled off a sci-fi set. In the mix of all the chrome and fins was the DeSoto Adventurer, a car so gloriously gaudy and flamboyant it made Liberace seem dull. Produced by Chrysler between the mid-50s and early 60s, the DeSoto Adventurer was more than just a car. It was DeSoto's last hurrah before the brand silently fizzled into the annals of forgotten automotive history. But what a swan song it was! The Adventurer was essentially a rocket just about ready to take off, with an enormous 361 cubic inch V8 under the bonnet, belting out up to 350 horsepower. That's right, folks, more horses than found on some small farms. It had the kind of acceleration that would make a cheetah break a sweat, and yet, if you put your foot down, it felt like trying to hold back an enthusiastic Saint Bernard with a piece of string. You didn't drive the Adventurer, you aimed it. The steering was more of a negotiation than a command, and its suspension, well, let's just say it made any road feel like you were driving over a colony of hyperactive moles. Aesthetically, the Adventurer was a festival on wheels. Two-tone paint schemes that could be seen from space, a front grille that appeared to have been inspired by a Cheshire cat on a sugar rush, and just enough chrome to blind onlookers on a sunny day. Inside, it was no less bonkers. Bench seats that could fit a rugby team's front row, and an instrument panel that looked like NASA's mission control. Were those buttons for the radio or launching a space probe? No one really knew. In a time where safety features in cars were as rare as unicorns, the Adventurer came with seatbelts as optional extras. Because why wouldn't you want the option of not being ejected through the front window in the event of a sudden stop? It also flaunted a push-button automatic transmission because, clearly, gear sticks were for peasants. For all its showmanship, the DeSoto Adventurer was a bit of a tragic figure. Despite all its show-stopping flair, it was the automotive equivalent of a firework. Brilliant, dazzling, but ultimately short-lived. DeSoto as a brand just couldn't keep up with the changing times and consumer preferences, eventually getting the axe in 1961. In today's world, the DeSoto Adventurer isn't just a car, it's a collector's item, a relic of a bygone era where cars were more than mere transportation. They were statements. And what a statement the Adventurer made. It screamed, "Look at me," so loudly that even the hard of hearing took notice. So imagine cruising down the boulevard in this behemoth, the V8 growling like an angry bear, the chrome glinting in the sun, and those bench seats providing sofa-like comfort. It's less about the destination and more about the spectacle of getting there. The DeSoto Adventurer, a car designed to dazzle, destined to disappear, but never forgotten. Enjoyed our nostalgic detour down the chrome-laden roads of the past? Then smash that like button and subscribe to Auto Icons. Hit the bell icon so you never miss an episode of vintage vehicular veracity. Let's keep the memory of classic cars roaring, one video at a time.